TJ here with the impressions on Street Fighter 6 video. Sorry about the background noise. I literally can't help it. It's like my neighbors or some shit. I'm not sure. So I'll say this right out of the gate. I think Street Fighter 6's mechanics and buttons and gameplay characters, everything, the actual fighting of the game is really well done. All reports say World Tour mode's really cool, like the arcade mode. Like for the most part, the game is pretty good, right? There's a whole debate between modern controls and classic controls. Personally, I'm on the fence of classics better, just because modern. The big thing with modern is that it lets you be more reactionary, and you don't have to learn shit. Which in itself, again, I understand some people might have cognitive impairments or motor impairments like myself, my hand, but for the most part, I don't know. It's tricky because you want to make a game more accessible, and that does, but also you have people like myself who I'm like, I'm gonna feel robbed if I know that they're using modern and all they have to do is like back and triangle and they get all their specials or whatever. Like it's a whole thing. But long and short of it, Street Fighter is a great game, but I'm disappointed heavily by the effort they went to for the fighting accessibility, but everything around the fighting is such a pain and almost just ridiculous. So we'll look in here. We'll go to the fighting ground here. So it tells you you're going to fighting ground. All right, cool. So it says, right? It says like the main tab you're highlighting, which is cool, right? But nothing else. Doesn't read anything else. The first option here is practice, then something, then character guides, then combo trials. So let's go click practice, right? Or training, well, whatever. So from here, nothing again. Best bet I can think of is that each, like left is player 1, middle is nothing, right is player 2, right? Because it's the left and right panning. So let's click player 1, left side here. Again, sorry about the water. I'm assuming someone's like next door taking a shower or something.
Metro City Carrier by Metro Train to Macho.
So that's one of the accessibility things, is it reads what stage you're picking. Okay, cool. I don't care what stage I'm on. And then it tells you what character. Like this one's pretty nice. This one I wish all fighting games did. It tells you who you're picking as you highlight the character, so that's nice. So here's another thing. You click the character. Then you have to manually go down and go down twice to like get off of modern controls. You go down once and then, or no, down twice, move left once, and then you should be classic. So inherently, not a deal breaker, but it's just little things, right? It'd be kind of nice if everyone's on classic, or I don't know, like I don't know, man. Like I get why people think modern is great, and I appreciate the accessibility. However, it's just, I don't know. See, maybe like in a year, it's like, modern's not that great. I don't know. So the main accessibility thing that you notice in this game is the sonar, like the pinging. You can hear that pretty clearly, which is pretty nice. So the faster and higher pitch it is, the closer you are, to the point where right here I can grab, or that's not grab. There's grab. So that was really nice. The other. Sorry. The other big thing is the sound differences for high, overhead, mid, and low, right? So I'm going to mute the mic so you can get a better feel of listening to this. So like the higher pitch, like each one has a different pitch and volume and stuff. So those are the two big things you notice when you're playing. Like the bar coming back, like all those other extra stuff, I haven't been able to notice. I haven't really been able to pay much attention to that because the game just inherently just has a lot of stuff going on. So overall, the actual accessibility they put, like the sonar and then the sound heights, or the height sounds, those are both pretty cool. the actual like controls and how characters move and play and feel. Of course, me being me, I love my grapplers. I love my big boys. I love, well, just this. Let's see if we can do this. Boom, right? This is my favorite thing if we can do it. Come on. No, come on. Come on, just EX it. Oh, EX. I love that animation. He just yells, "I'm almighty," as he slams you. I love it. And of course you have the Submarine Express, the running bear grab. Well, I love that first. So yeah, overall, the game's fun, right? It's cool, pretty good combat, right? Accessible is nice. Here's the big disappointment with Street Fighter 6. I understand I'm taking a minute to get there, but it really is unfortunate because they went through all this effort for the actual in-game fighting, which is great. I wish other fighting games would do this. The best we've gotten in other fighting games was NRS implementing the interactable sound effects. However, we almost took like 10 steps back because being able to fight anybody in this game is almost a Herculean task. You can figure out the menus and you can get to fights and rooms and stuff, but it takes so much effort and it's almost just absurd, honestly. Because so for reference, we myself and two other blind players, we attempted to fight each other for about 2 hours last night. It was about 2 hours. Eventually, someone got off, and eventually, myself and one of the others who was still on, we got assistance through two sighted people we've never met before. Thankfully, they were nice about it and helped us to share screen and all that. But it took such a long time, and we made little to no progress. And now I found out that we can do a custom room, and that should be easier. However, we still have to go through the effort of trying to find each other and add each other's friends. Once we're added as friends, we could theoretically be fine from there, right? But it's just a pain, right? So I understand that this is how Capcom does their lobbies. It's how other fighting games outside of NRS do their thing, right? Like, it's just lobbies. It's the way they like their friend codes and stuff because crossplays, and I get it. But it would be nicer if there was some way to expedite this situation, because as it is, like let's say for example some more BFGC members pick up the game and try and get good at it, and we try and hold events. Like how are we going to be able to do this unless we will have sighted assistance, I'm sure, but we can't independently do all this. Like for example, if I wanted to fight Ray right now and send him an invite, I can't just do that. Like I just can't. Like I can't do it. I can't just like, hey, let's click on Ray, invite the game, boom. You can't do that in this game, which is unfortunate. I think that's my biggest disappointment with this game, is that the external matchmaking systems and menus are too, honestly, just frustrating to deal with from a blind individual's perspective. Even with OCR, optical character recognition, or text reading applications, you run into the situation of these menus are grids. None of them are vertical or horizontal lists to understand. Like, they're all just grids. So like, trying to figure out, okay, where am I on this grid? Okay, I hear options around me, but where's me? Like, where's my cursor at? Like, I feel like these menus are very convoluted, and I understand that if you have vision, it's not a problem. However, it would be greatly appreciated if there was something to alleviate something. Like I don't know, if anyone has any ideas on best ways to, fight each other 1v1 or whatever, I'd appreciate any feedback or any suggestions. I doubt it, but if anyone at Capcom is listening, I appreciate the accessibility effort for the fighting, but can we get something for the external like menu navigation? Because that's by far my biggest frustration right now, is just these menus are quite convoluted. You do have a couple in which they don't loop, or they have a bit of narration on top of them, but for the most part, it'd be great if we had a bit more. Hope you guys enjoyed this brief commentary. I'll probably see you guys next time. I'll probably do more Diablo content soon. I'm just waiting for them to fix the screen reader. Currently, Diablo is having a problem with the PS5 version of the game, specifically having a problem with the screen reader not being able to be enabled. However, apparently the PS4 version can be enabled, but you can't play the PS4 version because there's server maintenance or server something happening. So it's like, what is going on? So, yeah, I'm probably gonna stream some Diablo or Street Fighter tonight. I don't know what. Depends on who's on. So we'll see. Thanks again for watching.